Hey man, welcome to the Live Vibes, man. We are here with the new day, the new scenery. You guys see it on Sunday. It's Monday.
LiveVibezPodcast. Again, I don't know. We figuring it out, man. We figuring it out. But anyway, we all in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start us off with a hey, Live Vibes Podcast, everybody, every Monday and Friday around 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We try to come live with the vibes, regardless of what we got going on, so we could, keep this positive energy rolling around right now. I see we got 4 squares. We got young Dolph, and then chimed in.
Been missing for like ages.
Hey man,
People was asking me, where's she been? Did she die? I'm like, I don't know. She feeling her braids and shit.
No bullshit. She feeling herself a bit now. That's why she back.
Why you ain't got your sound on?
Yeah, don't give us this part of your head for the whole episode either. I need you to fix that. Thank you.
She look like how you
like
said
Marcus,
Huh?
Yeah, when you feel like you eating the box, nigga, that whole.
Eating that box.
Oh shit. Oh man, that's fucking hilarious.
That shit was hilarious though.
What's up with it, y'all, man? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your boy James, aka Hater Herder, aka Mr. Flatliner. What's up with it?
Y'all already know who it is. It's D'Angelo, aka Rated. Y'all already know Dolph, but I'll let her introduce herself.
No, I'm good. I'll never introduce myself. Why are you playing?
Exactly.
You get a dolphin sound effect for her.
We got, I think you're on this side of me, right? What side
Man. It's the Tide King out this joint. Sleepy King, Drowsy King, King of everything. But James, come on, hit me to the game. What's my motherfucking name?
Uh-oh.
It's the king,
At your motherfucking service here. Hey, everybody.
Why do you sound like the big fish, the lady from SpongeBob? She be the little student joint? Driving joint.
Oh, the driving school lady.
Yeah. SpongeBob. Oh shit. But all right, man, let's check the vibes, man. How my fellas been this past weekend, man? How was y'all Father's Day? How was y'all weekend? What's the vibes, man? Talk to me.
Man, Father's Day was cool. I ain't do nothing. I chilled. The missus got me some crab legs. Shit, I went out. She went with us. She went with me and my brothers. We all went to Pennsylvania and got the fireworks and shit for the kids.
Okay.
So don't go to Phantom fireworks. They high as shit. Fuck Phantom, man. I had to go to Sky King. It's a little fireworks straight up the hill from there, man. I went in there and went crazy, man. I almost went broke fucking around with them. But the kids will have a good time, man. They will be blowing some shit up. They're gonna have a good time. Other than that, man, it's been cool, working, fooling and fooling.
I know that's right. My weekend was good. Father's Day was great. Spent some time. Well, I had a little D with me for the whole week and a half, 2 weeks anyway. So I spent a lot of time with him. Spent time with my daughter as well. Do a family time on Father's Day. Got a super dope gift. Got this little bracelet with my kids' names on the little joint. It's so fire. I love it. Great gift. So it was good, man. It was a really, really good weekend. Busy day today. I had a busy motherfucking day today. As soon as I got free, it was like 8:45, and we had to get ready for the show. So, but other than that, man, I feel like it's gonna be a busy week for me too. But the vibes are good. Mental health is straight. Everything's cool. Dolph, how was your weekend?
First of all, I just want to thank you guys. I love my black faves. You are my booze. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. Not just the Sunday, but I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Mine was okay.
Positive. I'm scared now.
Nah, let her cook. We're not used to this. Let her get that off.
I sent y'all a nice Happy Father's Day message, but it was okay, a little turmoil, but I got my guys out the way. The important one, he got his little fishing trip.
She said the important.
The important one.
That's y'all talking
crazy.
golf here, man. So
I ain't never heard that one before.
The other important one got his gift. It was nice.
The other important one, see, we gotta start putting like some type of brackets to this. Important and other important. So which one is more important?
Other important.
what the fuck?
Yo, so somebody talk to Dolph, please.
Her motherfucking situation on Facebook it's complicated.
You know, bullshit. That whole thing complicated.
It's not. It's fun.
It's fun for you, motherfucker. It ain't fun for them. They don't know who's important and who's not.
Cause it's not a day situation.
It is Father's Day though. That's kind of, I don't know.
If I got kids with them, they're important.
Okay. I'm gonna let that rock. I ain't gonna get into too many details with it. King, how was your weekend and Father's Day, man?
Okay, I'm about to say I've heard Cha-Cha Slide. I'm trying to get.
I saw you grooving and shit.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Don't me.
It's the shy.
I'm like, am I the only one hearing that shit? Man, my weekend was a regular weekend, just like any other day. That's all I got for you.
Oh shit. Okay.
You know, my
everybody.
son is small, and the other one is smaller, and so
I mean, you know,
he didn't even know it was Father's Day.
I get it. I know.
Then when I told him, he started crying. So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's easier when they're in school and they make them like prep for it, and sometimes like especially young, and they make them like create like color a picture for you and all this other cool stuff. But like if they ain't got nobody telling them what to do, they ain't gonna remember that shit.
Yeah, so I mean, like I already expected this, but me and him chill, so it was cool. I mean, I made myself something to eat and
okay, a little din. I ain't mad.
But it was, man.
Shout out to everybody in the comments. I see y'all. My girl Dora popped up. What's up, Dora? I see Latasha, always in the building. Here in the building, Karen.
We got to explore.
Hey, y'all. We got Chanel. We got everybody in here. Everybody I'm used to seeing, we seeing in here slowly but surely. But
Mendez.
Start with
Mendez.
With the updates. So if y'all watched the show, was it last week we talked about the girl? Yeah, it was last week. Shorty getting thrown in the trash can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So 5 Black entrepreneurs, women at that, found this young lady and treated her to an entire makeover. Did her the hair, the nails, the makeup, all the glitz and the glam, and that was
clothes and everything.
All that. It was awesome.
You know what?
Awesome.
That is so sweet. And I'm trying to think about it, like, you know how many people I seen get thrown in the trash can?
Facts, but
maybe I should have treated like, oh look, bro, come on, let's go.
The thing is, man, you never saw nobody get thrown in the trash can like her.
I will think that. I've seen it, but I've never seen it to where. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I've seen it shit worse.
I agree with you, James. I know what I saw. It was
fucked up. It was fucked up, but not saying it, trying to downplay her. Her shit was fucked up. She shouldn't have got thrown in the trash can, for one. And for whatever reason they did it for, they should have just, I don't even know. But I see some bad shit.
So to kind of give a little bit of a backstory of where this
like where the fuck did it come? Like they just throw you in the trash? Like what?
Yeah, but see that's why I didn't dive into it. I didn't dive into it last week because I mean we had a bigger message we was trying to send. It was more so about the lack of protection and support from Black men to our Black women. So I wanted to keep it as that. I didn't want to stay on that particular thing too long. But what I did want to say about that situation is that was typical hood shit. I'm not excusing the matter. I'm not saying that it was okay that it happened. I've seen niggas get thrown in trash cans. I've seen kids get thrown in trash cans. Like, I've seen girls get thrown in trash cans. But
I ain't never seen.
I've seen a girl get a trash can thrown on her ass. Like,
yeah,
the dude dumped it on it with all the trash and shit still in it. But
right. Yeah. So when I saw that, I initially thought about typical hood shit. It ain't like it wasn't like they just didn't know the girl and they just found her on the street and just like disrespected her. No, I'm sure she know them and she probably out with them right now. You know what I'm saying? So I want people to look at it from the other perspective too, to understand that these are probably people that she know and niggas is playing around in the hood.
Still fucked up though.
No, it's 100% fucked up. Like I said, I'm not cutting nobody any bail.
And Miss Mendez, young, like you have it right. Like when we was young in hoods and we seen that shit happen, nobody was recording that shit.
It wasn't. And we wasn't even saying, yo, like, why? No one asked why. Like, why y'all throwing them in the trash? We don't say that. It's just, it's hood behavior. So,
you said not like, no, they didn't whoop that nigga.
Like, oh, that's fucked up. Oh, that's
they throwing them in the dumpster. Oh, shit. Not so, like this. She was like, oh.
Yeah, we wasn't filming shit. So to be clear, like I said, I'm not cutting nobody any bail in that situation. It was fucked up. It shouldn't even have been recorded or happened in the first place. But we've seen this type of shit before. But I'm glad that she got the makeover. She deserved it. I don't feel like she should have been publicly humiliated like that with it being posted online. And now she's that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that was way,
that's fucked up. So I'm glad that
now if it wasn't posted online, no
you
one
fucked
would
the
know
money
about
up.
it.
That's not cool. It's not cool. Another thing about what's going on, y'all know Chicago is they're entering stage 4 right now, and everybody over that motherfucker, they like, yo. Everybody just go outside and start shooting each other. 4? They stage 4.
Stage 4 start shooting each other, huh?
Yeah. We ain't even hit stage 3 fully yet. And they ain't on stage 4 right now.
Okay. Look, all right, so we got 5. What's stage 5 and 6 and 7?
I don't know. I just think I think if we get close to a stage 5, I think that's where everything's just fucking open. There's no restrictions at that point. Because I think stage 4 is like movie theaters, fucking like all this shit where you can crowd around with hundreds of people. All that shit opens up with stage 4. So we'll see what the fuck happens to that. But everybody's like, yo, we advise y'all to stay in the house if y'all don't want to get shot. Like, that's just what Chicago people looking at today. But that's some wild shit.
I ain't never going to Chicago, Joe. I ain't never going to Chicago.
I've been to Chicago once.
I've been to Chicago.
I know that's cool. I ain't never going to Chicago. Have no reason. Don't want to be a tourist. I don't even know shit in Chicago I want to go see. Never going.
I've been on tour and been to Chicago. It's a different place. It's very cold and windy. The pizza's great, but I'm not chilling in Chicago. I'll tell you that much.
It's windy. I go fly a kite and come home.
It's windy as a motherfucker over there. But
that's it.
I wanna champion Master P real quick. As much as I am like on and off the fence with the moves that he make. Master P, man, Percy Miller, the one himself, Mr. Make him say, okay?
Don't fuck it up for me. Like, he ain't, is it good or bad?
No, this is a good thing. He's always doing good things, even if we like what he's doing or not. That's what I'm saying. Like, so right now he's, we already know that he got all types of brands everywhere. He was already at the beginning of the year, I think late last year, too, pushing their own wrap snack version of like ramen noodles or some shit. I think he got some, E40 got some, Boosie got some, and I think one other person is doing that branding. But now he got himself some rice, some Louisiana style white rice, and I think he got like some, I want to say it's like pancake mix or some wild shit like that. Basically, I don't like the picture they use to put him on the box with. But at the same time, I think it's always a good move. Master P is always finding ways to put his name on something to make it black owned and push it out there. He's done literally everything you can think of under the sun. And I think that him finding ways to continue to push black ownership and things like that, within our culture is just amazing. I think his shoes ugly as hell. I'm not sure how the food tastes, but at the end of the day, I'm still rocking with all of it. Because the moves, it needs to be made. If somebody, if somebody black of power has the money and the credentials and the resources, why not use your power and your ability to do things like this? So I'm cool with that, because at some point he's going to instill in a lot of, up and coming entrepreneurs or children that they can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You can make your own this. So you could be on the box of this. So you can play for the NBA. You can own a record label. You can you know what I'm saying? He's covering all bases. And I make fun of Master P a lot in my personal time. But as far as him being an entrepreneur, he was great, man. I love it. So I just wanted to champion that a little bit. And the last thing I have on this list is, I don't know if y'all heard of Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is a racer for NASCAR, black African-American racer.
Well, wait. What's his name?
His name's Bubba Wallace. They call it. And they go ahead, yeah. So somebody ended up putting a noose in his garage, and it was fucked up, and it caused a big uproar, and it's really fucked up, because NASCAR is full of white people, and a lot of them are
and a Confederate flag.
And a Confederate flag, a whole lot of them racist. So he got the flag and the noose put inside his garage and was fucked up, and he spoke out about it. A lot of people showing support, but they just had a race, and a lot of the people that were there for all different teams and all different garages came, and they pushed his car manually to the front and center field, showing their support for him and Black lives and things like that, and showing that we riding with you on this, and that's not right, that's not fair, and that's not cool. And it was a very emotional thing. So I thought that was really dope that a lot of the people that's in his field showed their support for that. But it goes to show that this is happening in every facet, even NASCAR. It's shit happening. So I just wanted to put a little highlight on that.
Did he win?
No, some other guy won or something like that. He won like his second joint back to back or something like that. But it was really about the movement. He won, but I think the movement of what happened kind of overshadowed the other dude winning. So it's still a win to me. But all right. I've been long-winded with all the Black Lives Matter stuff. I want to make sure that we, use our platform and use it correctly with that. So now I want to ask my fathers, which is me and my other panelists. Sorry, young Dolph, you are not the father.
Oh no, this is all about y'all. No offense taken.
Now the question is, what kind of advice would you give either newly fathers or soon-to-be fathers, since we're all fathers ourselves? What type of advice could you give them? What would be like the first thing you would tell somebody who's about to be a father, don't know what to do, or seeking some advice? How would you approach that?
Don't look.
Me personally.
Oh, look.
I will first tell him that it is all a learning curve. There is no manual to being a parent. I don't want him to hold himself to a certain standard, and if he fails, he feels less of a man or feels like he's failed as a father. I will let him know that there's no manual to being a parent. You can just be the best parent that you be. Try to cherish every moment that you can, to make all moments golden, because the way life is these days. The way life is these days, it's so many different ways that stuff can go wrong or things can just be done. You can pass away, there's sicknesses and stuff going on, so you have to cherish every moment. Or, like King just said, one day you hold him in your arms, holding the bottle up, next thing you know, he's running around, ripping shit up in the house. Time is flying, man. It's the signs of the time. So, I would just pretty much let them know, man. Just my biggest thing is cherish every moment and be there as much as you can, because the child did not ask to be there. So do your best.
I like that. Yeah, I agree with that. I would kind of give advice on that same note as far as taking advantage. Because having a child is a blessing. I don't care how you cut it up. I don't care how you move it around. I don't even care what the situation is surrounding the child. Having one is a blessing. Some people can't have children. Some people don't want children. But children are the future. They move the world around, and we're nothing without them. So I think one of the biggest things that struck me as a parent when I became a father, you know how like something is like rhetorical, like you know it's your child, but when you really take it in, that's when it really hit me. I remember one time I was holding my son, he was mad small, and I was just like, yo, this is mine. Like in a weird way, like of course it is, dummy, but still it was just like the realization of just like, yo, this is mine. Like it doesn't belong to anybody else besides me and this person I created this child with. It's mine. No one can tell you what to do, how to do. They can only give you advice, but it's not their child. It's yours. It's all yours. So that part made me look at it, and that's when like fatherhood really hit. Because that's when you start realizing that your world is now their world. You have to watch what you do, what you say, what you got laying around, what you expose them to, all sorts of things, because their upbringing is in your hands. And you have to really take that seriously. So just knowing how serious it is to be not just a good parent, but a good father. And I feel like being with like a mom, being a mother is so natural for a lot of women. The bond is already there because you were in the womb for 9 months. The mothers are way more nurturing, things like that. A lot of love and a lot of embracement is happening there. So it's easy to get that bond and that connection there. But when it comes to fathers, I feel like fathers have to earn the love and respect that they get from their kids. That's how when they get it, it's so strong and so powerful because it's not based off me carrying you for 9 months or based off of me babying you or breastfeeding you and none of that stuff. It's legit a bond. So yeah, take advantage of that bond because it's so important. It is so important. So yeah, take advantage of the bond and that baby's yours. And you'll get it when you get it. Speaking of, look at Ebro, my God. What's up, man? That's my dude right there. He can't hear me or see me, I guess. I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh man. But King, what advice would you give newly fathers or soon to be fathers if they came to you for advice? Since you're obviously a great dad right now, look at you.
Really? But if you're gonna get it, and you come over here, come this way, go that way, go around and go that way. Patience is one.
Patience.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But newly dads, so for real, be there from the beginning. Be there, cause like y'all, the moms, look, they carry that little joker in their stomach like a little tiny alien. Like really, like it just don't pop out. Like they carry it, they push it out. They develop that bond. They felt the heartbeat and all that other good stuff. Then they got to come out and do the whole chest thing. You have to develop your own little bond with that child. Most important thing, especially to me as a father, you have to develop your own bond. And if it's interrupted, that is going to be the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that. Like, see, D, you had a surreal moment when, you know, he was younger and you had your moment and realized that. Me, I think mine's with his is when I actually seen it, like he knew who I was and needed me. I was like, oh my God. Like shit really changed. Everybody has their different moments. You need to make sure you're there and, you know, figure it out for yourself. And that, and to teach them as young as possible. Right?
Yeah.
For him, preschool prep, a baby Einstein, just have him keep watching it over and over. Try to teach them that learning is fun. Because whatever they see, they're gonna pick up real quick. Because I think every different the younger generations learning is immaculate.
Yeah. Especially with how times are, it changes. You know what I'm saying? Like they got access to so much.
We
more
had to
stuff.
learn phones. Phones ain't nothing to them.
Yeah.
So out of 3 of y'all, nobody gonna tell the nigga, look, when she start pushing, nigga, don't look. Ain't
no,
nobody
because
gonna say that.
I actually watched mine. I watched one vaginal and one C-section.
I watched both vaginal, and I'm gonna tell y'all my first experience when I was my first time being a father, my son. I watched the entire process. I watched the blood being drawn. I watched the epidural. I watched it coming out, and I wasn't planning on doing it, right? And so the doctor was like, "Hey, yo, hold this real quick," and he handed me her leg, my nigga. I was like, "The fuck, hold this real quick." I'm like, "What?" And I wasn't going nowhere. I was stuck, so I had to literally like see everything happen. So I watched him come out for sure.
So cool.
I was the afterbirth was not the move.
Look. You helped create it. You better watch all that shit.
No, I watched it all. But I'm saying, if any part was like, yo, it wasn't even the birth part. The birth part was actually pretty beautiful. But that afterbirth, nigga, shit. Hell no, that shit was nasty looking, bro. I couldn't fuck with that.
You never look at the vagina the same again. You look,
yo, like, y'all don't understand. Putting out the placenta, man, shit. That is weird. But other than that, no, I've seen both my kids born.
Watch that shit.
Yo, nah, doctor was like he was playing tug of war with her fucking guts. It was net. Look, watch the childbirth. I do not suggest you watch the removal of the placenta, which is the afterbirth. Yeah, you don't need to see all that. But
both my child's moms tried, but they was like, gotta cut you. gotta cut you.
Yeah, I cut the umbilical cords and all that. No, it's a magical moment. I feel like every father you should be there, and you should see it. You should understand it. You should cut the umbilical cord. You should be one of the first to hold the baby. If not her, then you. Like
and don't forget that postpartum shit is real. You got to be an understanding motherfucker.
Very real.
That shit is real.
So,
if you even see something before it even starts, you better just intervene. Like, no, I got. You are beautiful. Like, just calm down. You relax. Go sleep. Shit, I got this.
Real shit. Like being through the process of childbirth, I feel like is important for a man to see. I would not tell him not to look. I think he should. He'll get a bigger and better understanding of what women have to go through. It was dope. I was glad that I watched it. So glad that I watched it the second time with no problem. I was pressed to watch it the second time after I seen the first one because it just did something for me. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but I feel like it does something to a man if he sees it. So yeah, I wouldn't tell him not to look at all. But this is kind of a controversial one, guys. How does a man be a great stepdad but an absent father? Now, I feel like this question was submitted based around a particular situation, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm taking it that the person may have felt like this man is there for maybe a current girlfriend and her child as a stepfather, but not involved in his own child's life. So I guess the question is, how could you be great at that, but not great at being a father when you're absent to your own kid?
It's too many scenarios in which this. I'm sorry, it's the shy, man. It's the shy.
Well, that's all we hear is the shy.
Yeah. Stage 4.
You be all right for a second.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many things surrounding that you can't really just answer that, because he could have been a great father but had a fucked up baby mother, so he can't be the best that he could be to his child because she won't let him. But the woman he's with now, she's soaking up all of it. Or he could have just not liked the lady he had a baby with, and he told her he ain't want that baby. And then the joint he with now, he want her, and he want to have kids with her, so he's gonna show her he could be a great dad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like to it. That's why I said that this one's going to be controversial, because I feel like there's a lot of scenarios you can paint to where someone's a great stepdad but not being an absent father. Both of those scenarios are true. That could be the case, but I feel like that's probably the only case where that could be a thing, where the situation with the mother isn't a good situation. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, But what I'm saying is that the majority of these situations are pretty much based on the relationship between him and the mother of that child, which is why he's absent. Regardless if it's her being a pain in the ass and making it to where she can't see him, or if she wants a relationship, if you don't give her one, she's gonna put you on papers and you can't see him and giving you rules and restrictions. Or she's a fucking nut job, she's psycho, like you can't deal with her because she's crazy. Like it's a lot of different scenarios to where you cannot want to be around that situation, and the child ends up hurting in that situation every time. The child always ends up getting the short end of the stick. But yeah, I think it's based on the relationship with the woman, and that's pretty much a fucked up thing.
Now, y'all are speaking from the point of view of a father that wants to be there, but I'ma speak on the half of the guy that really doesn't want to be there. Or there's some guys that put on a front to be a great stepdad to get what they really want from this woman. You know, and to be honest, I don't see how I couldn't call her a woman to know that there's a man out here that does not take care of his business with his own children, but will support and handle his business with her children. There's no way you can respect a man of that nature. And there's no way you can respect a woman that's okay with that. Because at the end of the day, this comes off as two people that really have a goal or an agenda, and it's really not even about the other person. It's all about themselves. She's okay with him being a great stepdad, but not a good dad to his father because shit, he's taking care of her kids. And he's like, shit, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get what I want from her. And in the long run, all it is the kids suffer, because if shit goes south or things don't last the way that maybe, let's just say, he wants them and he leaves, then guess what? These kids that he has been a great stepfather to, he's now gone and absent from them as well. And then they're looking at their mom like she's crazy, because it's like, well, damn, where did he go? And shit, who knows? How many of those guys do you think she has come across? She's probably been around plenty of those guys that just come around just to get a certain thing and they dip out. And that's just a whole fucked up situation, all in all. And
well, wait a minute. I thought we said stepdad. Like, I mean, I thought in order for you to be a stepdad, y'all had to get married. I didn't know we was just talking about joints, just hood boogers all together.
I mean, but these days they quick to call somebody a stepdad. You know, if they think the person gonna be there forever, you know, you never know. Everybody's agenda ain't right for being married either. You know, he could just be a great stepdad just because he down on his luck and he needs somewhere to go. He needs somewhere to stay, so he gonna do whatever the fuck he gotta do to stay around.
You don't bring around your kids. But
yeah, but that's why I said you can't respect her as a woman to be that, you know, for her to just be there just because he's there to do, or he's a babysitter now. You know, and now I got a babysitter and I ain't got to worry about certain shit. It's real touchy when it comes to that stepdad shit. And I don't play when it comes to kids. Kids is something totally different, man. And I don't agree with that shit.
I feel you on that. I feel like both sides are always connected to the woman involved. Regardless if it's the woman you with, the relationship with that, and it's the woman that you had your original child with that you're absent from, I feel like the relationship always is going to play a part to why that is the way it is. I don't see you doing that for the kids. Like, you're not going to take care of your own child, but you're going to take care of another child, and it has nothing to do with the mothers. That's ridiculous. I don't see any cases like that. It's always based around their relationship with that woman. King, what do you feel? Do you feel well, I mean, you know, we painted all the scenarios, at least most of them. How could someone be a great stepdad but an absent father?
And yeah, y'all basically painted the main pictures to me. Like, It's how he feels about that woman he's with, and basically, and it's sad, but that's kind of almost how it is on both ends. Like how she, maybe the original, the mother of the other kids, feel about him, maybe pushing away. It's so many different scenarios with it, but it's about how they feel about each other and not about the kids at the end of the day. And James, you kind of made a point, like those women who's okay with it and him being okay, look, them two fucking deserve each other, because you do have a lot of females out here that don't give a fuck about your other kids, but what you do for theirs. And of course, he's down with it. So them two fucking deserve each other. Um, but at the end of the day, it's basically some selfish shit about how I feel about you and not really your kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe him having those feelings for that particular person trickle down to the kids, and he may have developed a bond with those kids that he hasn't with his own, and that's why he could be a good dad. But hey, that's another way that can happen. But
then we also gotta touch on, what do we define as being a good stepfather and an absent father? Like, whose point of view is this coming from? Like, what if, like James said, we got the little hood boogers that don't want to do shit but use people. But then, like the three of us said, you got the people that may have tried to be there and they didn't. Or it could have been one argument that could have went left, and now the one time this nigga messed up, nigga, you ain't shit. But I bet you over there take care of that bitch's kids.
Yeah.
One thing.
This is true. Because, like, some people, like, if you push them away too much or do too much shit, I mean, that's the end of it. Like, what do you expect me to do? I'm just going to move on over here, and hey, if I'm better over here than I was over there, then that ain't on me, that's on you.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, King, is just like, it revolves around a relationship. So he could have not want to be in her life, but he want to be in his child's life. But all she heard was, I don't want y'all, and I'm gonna go be with this joint, and I'm gonna take care of her kids, because you're not gonna let me, like, shit like that. That most of the in my time, I've seen both sides. I've seen deadbeats, but technically I can't even class them as deadbeats, because if you tell somebody you don't want a child with them and y'all don't take the necessary precautions to fix it or to prevent a child, then both of y'all fucked up. Both of y'all was deadbeats from the jump. But it depends, because everybody be in their feelings. People want to be loved or want to be in a relationship with the wrong people. So then you get these scenarios, and it's too much.
Yeah. I agree with that. I'm sitting here reading through these comments. Latasha said, yes, I was blessed to have a dad and a stepdad in my life, but I was very difficult, or I guess it was very difficult, because the women in their lives made it so difficult. So yeah, it's different reasons why. And it's a good thing that she had two different influences, one being her dad, one being a stepdad, that she can, be raised by or just have in her corner. And sometimes most times it be the women who give guys a hard time, want certain things and mad they can't get it, and just make the situation a really, really messed up thing. And that doesn't take away from some of the fathers who just ain't shit, who just leave and then go find another life. But I feel like that also has a lot to do with the situation in the woman. And they may find a situation they feel that fits them. It could have been a one-night stand and they don't want the child and you kept it. So, you know what I'm saying? It could be a lot of shit, man. So there's plenty of ways. So whoever, made this question, whatever, it's too many situations where this can make sense. So I take it this is probably a woman who has a baby father who's not in their child's life, and they're probably really active in, someone else's child life and want answers. But it's plenty of them, sweetheart. And I'm sorry that it had to be the case, but it is what it is with that. all right, so I need y'all to think of one, I don't say one. Name something that either your father or like a male figure in your life either taught you or that you learned from.
Well, my daddy told me a lot. First of all, I'm my daddy's baby. I am 32 years old. My father tell me no, I still throw temper tantrums. I'm my daddy's baby. I can't do no wrong. Yes, I am. That is my daddy. I know how to change a tire, peep game. I don't know. My daddy told me a lot of stuff, but my daddy has always been there for me though. If he's taught me nothing else, if you have a man that you want to be in your life, if he can't be there for you when it counts and when it doesn't count, he ain't the one for you.
I like that. His presence spoke volumes too, because sometimes you may feel like you may not have learned something, but the fact that they're there does a lot for you. I like that. That's one thing I want to teach my daughter. I just want to make sure she hip on game, man. I want to teach her about the ins and outs of everything. How these men are, how these women are, how life is, because she has to experience it from a different side. I think it's easier to raise a son because he can follow your footsteps and you can tell him what you've been through, and y'all have a closer bond as far as experiencing some of the same things as, as black men in the world. So you can kind of hip him before he get there. I'm not a woman, so I can't teach her how to be a woman, but I do want to give her as much knowledge as I can from my side to make sure the things that, she do have to worry about from her perspective, she can get some insight from daddy and she'll know how to handle herself in situations. That's really, really big for me. So I can't wait to see how well they become when they grow up, because that's all we want, really. You know what I'm saying, is our kids to, to grow up and be something special. But to the question, what I've learned either from my father or male figure, or what did they teach me, or what did I learn from them? I learned a lot from people's mistakes. Me and my father, like I said, we had a close relationship when I was mad young. And then they just grew apart as we got older. Maybe stopped when I was around like 8 years old or so, 8, 9, I guess. It started to fall off. And one thing that I could say that I learned from him, and I think I said on this podcast before, is don't make promises. That's not something he taught me. That's just something his ass did all the time. And I learned not to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he would make promises a lot, and he couldn't keep them a lot of the times. So I learned not to make promises to my children. I can say one thing that I've been taught from a male figure in my life is that, like you said, always being there, learning how to be a provider, and mixing it up with being a man and a father. You have to mix up so many things for it to be solid. Like, I know some fathers that are providers and providers only. They go out here, they work 24/7, they bring the money in, and that's what their job is. You have some fathers who do the homework and take their kids to school, and so they play different roles. But I feel like it's really important to keep that balance. And one thing I've learned is how to balance everything at one time. How to work, how to be a father, how to be a friend, how to be a teacher, how to be all these different things for your children at the same time. And that's really big, because I feel like your child needs all of that at one time. It don't matter which, because I think Dolph went first, and I kind of rolled off her. So it's up to y'all how y'all want.
I mean, me personally, like I said, the one thing, and I've said it on this podcast before, that my father has taught me, and not just me, but me and my brothers, and it is instilled into me till this day, and that is work ain't hard. He has taught us that work ain't hard, man, and when you keep that mindset, you find yourself getting through so much stuff that a lot of other people might seem to have problems with, but when you keep telling yourself, man, work ain't hard, you get through stuff. And I mean, it has helped me till this day. And here, sitting here at 36, I'm still the hard worker. I work hard at whatever I do. If it's something that I'm doing, I'm working hard at doing. I don't really do shit just to be doing it, you know, but he has just taught me that work ain't hard. And I'm riding with that till the wheels fall off, and I'm going to teach my kids the same thing, that work ain't hard. Because if at the end of the day, when you want something done and you work at it, it's going to get done. Mm-hmm. And then you'll be sitting back at the end and realizing that, damn, it really wasn't that hard. It might have been different. Or, you know, it's all about taking that leap of faith, man, and it's all just work ain't hard. That's just the bottom line.
I like that. King, what you got, man? Something that you learned from either your father or a male figure that you've either been taught or you just learned from?
I think one lesson my father did try to teach me, the only one I fucking remember that was worth even learning. He told me try to, every, child should be better than their parent. To me, that was easy. Because
yeah.
It was like, I'll be better than you. Oh, and that is this in the bag.
Watch this. Like, it's mad easy.
It's bad easy. Yeah. So yeah, that was easy. But with me, I'm more so take out the my grandfather. So what I learned from him, hold on, what? No, I didn't call you. He's waiting for me to get off this joint.
Yes, he is.
What I took from my grandfather is, he had a kind heart, so he always tried to help people where he could, and that's what I try to do. If I can help you, I can. If not, then I don't think I'm as kind as him. Not by far. Nowhere near by far as kind as him, because it's like a line between being real kind and people taking real advantage of your kindness. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot with him, Pops, people did take advantage of his kindness way too much.
Way too much, yeah.
And me, I'm like, I'm going to help. No. Line from dog. Put that hand away. No, bitch. Like, no. So, yeah, from him, like, that niceness and kindness part and all that good shit, yeah. But still be me with it.
I can see it. I'm with that. I'm rolling with that. We got one more, and it's more of it's a hypothetical situation that I'm about to put you all in. You got to give me your answer. All right. So
I ain't got to do shit. So go ahead.
All right. So say it's I'm gonna try to read it as close as I can to what I saw. It's your queen's birthday, right? So Dolph, it's your king's birthday. Okay. Now, she wants to throw a party at some little restaurant with a couple of friends. You don't even want to go. Okay, because you're like, oh, it's gonna be all your girls there. It's just gonna be me by myself. Like, I don't want to be the extra wheel next to you while you with your girlfriends. Like, go do your thing. And she's like, no, you gotta come. And you're the only guy there, and it's maybe 4 of her friends. So it's 5 women and you. All right. Y'all go. Y'all eat. The bill comes. The bill is $750. Right. Now, you being the man of the birthday girl. What do you pay? Do you pay half? Do you pay for yours and hers only? Or do you pay for the whole thing?
Go ahead, Dolph.
Asshole question coming from me already, but I'm gonna let y'all go first.
So his birthday just passed, and it was a party, but it was a party that I wanted to throw. I paid for all of the food, like all of the food that was there. I paid for it. I cooked it. In this situation, I feel like we're grown, and if those are his friends, then you said it's 5, so it's 7 people total. Split the bill.
However you 4 or 5.
Split the bill between everybody and call it a day. And if you can't do that because y'all not really grown, then y'all not really friends, and I'm gonna pay for mine and his, and whatever the fuck else, y'all gotta figure that shit out.
Okay, I'm rolling with that.
Now me, on the other hand, I'm cool with splitting that bill, but I'm only splitting it 6 ways instead of 7. The birthday girl should not have to come out of her pocket for anything. Now, it's either going to be that, and if everybody, it's always going to be that one to say, I mean, why I got split it? I ain't getting nothing but an appetizer. It's going to be one of them. It's always going to be one of them dust buckets.
It's always one of them.
Just going, She knew she came out. She just wanted to be there. The bitch knew she ain't had another $35 in her pocket anyway. And she read the menu before she got there and seen that you can only get some jalapeno poppers, and that shit was $30. So when you get the one that's like that, all I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna pay for mine, and I'm gonna pay for my woman, and everybody else pay for your own shit.
Yeah, I'm rolling with that idea as well. Off bucks, if I'm there and that's what it is, regardless if I want to be there or not, I'm paying for myself. I'm paying for the birthday girl. That is it. I didn't want to be here in the first motherfucking place, so I'm not going to pay for a whole bunch of motherfucking meals. No. As long as my woman's taken care of and I'm taken care of, y'all can fight that shit out. Y'all can bust some suds or do whatever the fuck y'all got to do. I'm not here for it. But now, I'm gonna give y'all a little scenario for this one. I would pay half the bill if I threw the party. If I called and invited everybody out and said it's her birthday, I want to do something special, blah, blah, I will say, you know what, I'll commit. I'll make sure birthday girl straight, and I'll make sure I pay half or whatever it is. Y'all got to come up with the other half. If I got it, I'll do that. If I planned the party. You know what I'm saying? But if they threw the party and she just want me to come, I'm only paying for mine and hers, and I'm out. That's just what it is. So that would be my answer. I'm paying for me and her. King, I think you down and dashing. What you doing? You going to the bathroom and you going to jump out the window and you going to text her and be like, yo, come outside because the car started?
That's all good ideas. Because I'm looking at this shit like $700. Hey, I might throw a scene of like, look, I need to talk to you, motherfucking outside. Get your shit. We going outside the motherfucking talk. Who motherfucking number in this phone? Blah, 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 blah. As soon as we get outside, hey, let's go to the car. Go to the car, hurry up, run. Go, run, motherfucker, run. Leave the motherfuckers with that shit. $700, fuck that shit. Juices.
Fucking out of here, my guy. I'm out.
I hope these motherfucking girls or your friends of yours know how to wash motherfucking dishes.
Fucking studs, goddamn. I'm telling you.
She gonna get her ass whooped. All 5 of them.
They gotta go through me first. Fuck that.
But nah. We back in the restaurant. What's up? Like we going no, we getting the fuck out of here. Okay, y'all gonna pay this goddamn bill.
But nah. If you can get me to go to that, because one, I would think it's a setup already. I've seen shit like that happen before. I've warned my friends about shit like that. Like, no, y'all don't do that. They're gonna try to make you pay for everything. No, don't do that, because she gonna try to stunt, act like she ain't. No, don't do it.
Yep.
Come out the pocket for that shit. Sound like a whole setup to me. But if I was to happen to go, like, I'm just paying for me. I'm paying for her. All you motherfuckers, like, I don't know y'all her friends. I've been sitting there like, why you go out with these broke motherfuckers? Like, no, look, if they I would already assume that these your homegirls, they want to take you out, but you want me to come, so one of them should have had you covered. But since they don't, I'm gonna do it. Since I'm here. But yeah, I'm not covering any of them. Like, are we taking one of them home or something? I'm not even down for that. But if I'm
whoever
paying
coming
for
home, I get their bill. But
yeah,
fuck
y'all
that.
about to work for this joint. I need my floor waxed and washed and and all this good stuff.
But I feel like if you at the point where you inviting your friends, if you're gonna invite them out or if they're gonna invite you out, first of all, y'all know how I feel about the invite. If you invite me out somewhere, you paying for it because you invited me.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Exactly. I would assume like it's your birthday. One of them, whoever invited you, they're gonna cover the joint. But of course, as soon as they see the dude there, they're gonna be like, "Shit hurt."
Oh, he got it right. But at the same time, you
If I
know
wasn't here,
who those, but you know who can pay for that shit, and you know who can't pay for that shit at this point in time.
Right.
I don't like confrontation. I ain't washing nobody's dishes. I have one particular associate that likes to go out when we go out in groups. That person doesn't have any money. So when I get invited out to places with this person, separate checks from jump, separate checks. No, we cannot because you don't have no money. You don't never have no money. Separate checks. Gonna solve all that right there. No, I'm cool. And people say, you petty, but I don't want those issues. I don't want those issues. So that $750, somebody's gonna be choking on something in the back of that restaurant if you ain't got your half.
Shit, and I remember that time we went to Vegas. Do you remember that one time?
Oh
God, that check was like, how much was that? Like 1,000 or some shit?
It was a lot of money, and he did nothing. It was one of those plates. If y'all can imagine, this is one of those plates, and I think somebody got like the lamb or some shit. I swear to you, the lamb had to be. See, this ain't. I don't know if this is small enough. It might be small enough. Y'all can see my big ass hand in it. This is what the size of the lamb was, laying on the plate with some little red drizzle over it in a leaf. That motherfucker was like $85. And you could literally like bite that bitch one time and be done with the lamb. $85.
We left that restaurant, my hungry ass, starving.
Then they fucking, how much was the lemonades that they kept pouring at the table? Now, granted,
that was like $5 a glass.
Now we didn't
every
ask
time you
for
poured
any refills, but they kept coming over to the table, refilling them.
Every time
they put all that shit on the bill. That shit was bad. Niggas was hungry. We left that motherfucker broke and still hungry. What kind of shit is that? Like, that shit was so bad. That shit was bad. It was the famous dudes. I wish Frank was in this goddamn, because his ass was the reason we went.
Reason why we went to that goddamn restaurant.
His ass was the reason we went there. Oh yeah, it's this place I want to go eat at. I forgot the dude's name. Is it the famous cook dude? Y'all know who I'm talking about. I got the TV show and all that shit. Yeah, it was his goddamn restaurant. They had pictures of him and him and Obama and all this stuff all over the walls. And we like, okay, Frank, we see what this is, but man, they set us in this little dope corner. The jump was a nice place.
You sure it was Ramsey in that Wolfgang?
Nah, it was Ramsey. Because I remember seeing him there cooking. I think he cooked for Obama or some shit like that. I remember seeing the pictures of him on the joint. Yeah, it was him. And it was the worst. We'll never go back to that.
I was just like, shit. And some people was like, well, I ain't really got nothing. Like, what the fuck did you order? What did you order?
He came with bread. He had the most money out of everybody on the trip.
That was for gambling.
He's like, I've been saving for this trip. He had like $3,000-$4,000 to blow in Vegas. We like, nigga,
that was for the table.
In my pocket. You tripping? Yeah, he was bugging, man. Yeah, he had us out there tripping. He left and did his own thing, but he was prepared for the bullshit. We was not at all.
Oh no, I was good. I was sitting there just like, I ain't want to pay for it, but I'm like, all right, we leave this joint. Where we gonna get something to eat at?
You know the restaurant fucked up when you get in there and the food don't have no prices next to it.
None.
When you get there and the shit ain't got no price, get the fuck up and leave.
Get out of that motherfucker. It'll tell you right now. Oh, we serve this, this, and this, and you look and you don't see nothing at the end of it. Just get on up out of there, dog. That shit gonna cost you half your fucking limb.
Or those three numbers. Don't say, oh, can I get number 583? No, baby, that's how much it costs. $583. Do not fall for that shit. Get your ass up and leave. Any menu that does not have a price on it, get up and go. Unless you just plan on balling out. Like you said, you better have a motherfucking credit card on you. Somebody got to run it up.
But what if you can afford it though? I
go
to
afford it.
But I don't. So I'm not a big fan of clothes, shoes, and nothing. Y'all know I spend all my money on food because I'm a fat girl for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to a lot of restaurants with menus that don't have no prices. But food is my passion for me. So I wouldn't say don't go.
You're speaking for yourself. We're talking about with this group of all these motherfucking people.
Yeah, and he had thousands.
You know your friends.
And we did not have a clue.
The thing is, according to this question, you don't know them. Or in your case, you don't know them dudes. All you know is your man. He invited you out with his boy.
Nah, I'm sorry, dog. Can't do it. You know what's wild? I'm gonna tell the story real quick. I was actually in that situation, but it was like a big event somewhere, something like that I was invited to, and then after the event, everybody wanted to go out to eat. So we gonna go out to eat. You gonna come? I'm like, yeah, I'll come, whatever. So I pull up. Everything's cool, and it's probably like 6 girls, me, and one other guy, right? And this other guy was brought by some girl. Somehow an argument get crazy at the table. It started being wild. We all eat. At the end of the day, the bill come. So when the bill came, I immediately went and just looked at the bill, and I went to grab my wallet. My homegirl was like, oh, no, I invited you out to this event. I'll pay for your stuff. It's cool. And I said, no, I got it. She said, no, I got it. I got you. And I said, cool. Now, granted, all these girls got money. But the other dude didn't do shit. He ain't looked at the bill. He ain't reaching his wallet. He ain't do shit. And these girls leaned on this nigga, I swear, for at least 20 minutes. They was like, damn, you ain't even gonna look at the bill. You ain't even gonna reach in your pocket. Like, you just gonna eat and not even. And he was like, I mean, y'all ain't even give me a chance to. She was like, yeah, he reached for the bill. He went in his pocket or whatever. How come you couldn't? Man, they tore his ass up. So even if you ain't gonna pay for everybody, at least grab your motherfucking wallet and look like you about to do some shit. Because they tore his ass up. Girl, don't ever bring him back. He cheap and he whack. Fuck him. Like, they leaned on this nigga. Boy, it was bad.
When it's shit like that, I already calculated my shit when I ordered. I knew my food came up to $48. When that bill come, take this $60 and don't look my motherfucking way nowhere. Don't look for nothing else from me.
I'm with James.
Go get this 60 and get the fuck home. Because I know my food wasn't nothing but $48.
So, when I do my shit, I'm calculating. Okay,
I had Girls' Day Saturday. Some of y'all like my pictures, some of y'all ain't like my pictures, but we went out. It was 6 of us. The bill came to $280 something. The response was, how many of us? Divide the bill up. It came to like $48. I said, all right, why don't we all just pay $55 that the bill is paid and the girl is tipped and it's a nice tip? I will eat with them ladies any day because it was no issue. Everybody was like, cool. You got cash, you got a card, This what it is. No issues. The server was like, oh, Black people do tip. Yeah, we do tip when you go with the right people. You get a nice tip.
And you have to do some decent service. We ain't tipping if you fuck up.
Oh yeah, that service be chopping that gratuity in half. And nigga.
You start off with a tip for me. Yeah. Only thing you do is you fuck your tip up.
Yeah.
The more you fuck up, you better write my shit down, because when you come back and you got something wrong, because a lot of them like to try to, I'm gonna remember this. When there's 30 of us sitting at this fucking table, I be like, man, you not gonna have no pen and no pad? No, I got it. Okay. Now come back here with a fucked up order, or don't know where something go and put my food in front of somebody. I don't even fuck with her all the way down at the end of the table. You put my food in front of her, and she done probably said something and spit all over my chicken or something. I don't want that. So now, your tip that I've already thought about giving you, which is most likely for me, my goal is to at least get you at least $10.
Yeah.
Now, you want to start. Now, I'm going to start off with giving you at least 10, at least double digits. Now, you can either fuck that up, or you can go above and beyond and hype that up. Now, when the motherfuckers say, oh, yeah, this doesn't have free refills, but oh, well, and pour me some more shit, and then I get that bill and I don't see them 2 refills that you gave me on there, you done added at least another $5, and you got 15 about it. And don't let the bill only be about $30-something. You didn't got way more than your little percentage of your tip. But that's the only way you can fuck it up, or you can boost it up. Choice is yours.
Facts. That shit could go a long way, man. But that's all the topics I got, man. And we out of time.
Damn,
that was a good one. I think the first one nice and chill. Nothing too crazy. I like it. I hope everybody have a great week. The summer is here, y'all. It's the first or the second official day of summer.
Oh, now we're in the summer?
We summer now.
So that's why I had the weather today?
Yeah.
Fucking weird. It was all right, though. It was all right.
Yeah. It was like, oh, it's going to rain. Psych. Like, it was doing some dumb shit. It was tripping today. But either way, it's summertime.
My kids leave on Wednesday.
I will say you about to do bald head whole shit, but you got your braids in, so, you know.
No, I'm not.
I got hair now. Long hair don't care whole shit, okay?
If I take this out, I got hair now.
Long hair don't care whole shit.
It's not gonna be a hot girl summer. Ain't gonna be no bald headed hoe stuff this summer.
I hear you.
I wish y'all please.
The important person ain't gonna allow it.
Please, y'all leave that hot girl summer shit last year. Do not. Them hot girl summers and shit got us coronavirus.
No bullshit.
No, it didn't. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Leave that shit alone. Hot girl summers.
The orange man got us coronavirus.
Oh,
yeah, that's because y'all had that hot girl summer and didn't know how to act. When y'all didn't know how to act. When y'all didn't know how to act, he said, well, let's get him something that's going to quarantine their ass, because they clearly don't know how to act when they get fucked. Hot girl summers got us motherfucking coronavirus.
You just mad because y'all ain't had no hot girl summer. Whatever.
Exactly, Latasha. She said Florida summer is terrible already. The shit started down there. The hot girl summers, that shit started down there in Florida. And that's why they had one of the biggest outbreaks. Leave that shit alone. No more hot girl summers.
Why you can't just let women be great? Why they just can't be great?
Because a lot of the girls that had hot girl summers were not being great. They were being old.
But that's not your business.
And that was just an excuse to be old.
Auntie Tabitha said that's not your business. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Corona is my business. That's why we in the shit that we in now. Y'all leave that shit in 2019. 2020, come up with a different name or something, please.
Oh, man.
That shit fucked us up.
Hot girl plus summer equals COVID-19. That's crazy, bro.
And now I had to cancel 2 more of my vacations.
Well, that's what you get because you being judgmental.
I had already missed 2 vacations. Now my one next month I gotta cancel, and Carnival has called us and said that our cruise in September is canceled. I'm telling y'all now. I'm fine with all that shit. I ain't even gonna hold. But let them cancel this motherfucking football game that I'm going to in December. And it's gonna be shit. I'm fucking every girl that say
that's what Wade's too coming.
Everybody that say hot girl something, I'ma slap the shit out because you gonna
Hot
fuck
girl
up.
summer.
You done
Hot
fucked up
girl
my
summer.
football. They ain't
Hot
canceled football
girl
yet.
summer.
They didn't cancel football
I
yet.
just want you to know I
I'm
said
gonna slap you.
Yeah, man. Don't cancel football for that bullshit. Fuck all them hot girl summer hoes. Leave my shit alone. And y'all have a good night. I'm gonna drop the mic.
go eat your salad, skinny ass.
Drop the damn mic on your ass. Fuck that.
Oh man, if y'all ain't got nothing else to say, man, other than follow, subscribe, tell a friend, man. Take us out, James.
Man, y'all already know what it is. Y'all be cool. Y'all be safe. Don't put your hands where you won't put your face. And remember, put the guns down, pick the gloves up, and we out.
We out.
Oh, King, look.
Hey, look.
You ain't gonna wave. All right, I'm about to say.
She can't hear you.
better wave. Hi.
Jesus.
I would be terrified of you if I heard that shit.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Sound like it.
Mommy, it's
We
a
still-
monster.
We still live.
Yeah, we still live. They see us acting retarded. I don't know. No.
Marcus said hi.
Hi. My name is Chucky.
And
Oh,
James said hi.
Run from this.
Nope. I'm out of
Nope.
here. Yo.
Everybody, don't have your children around James.
Y'all fucking.